you Eurovision fools. Matt and Roy, ESC United, your favorite Eurovision channel. Let's talk Belgium. Because Belgium, Jérémie, he also rehearsed for the second time. We got to witness this as well. Miss You, and they want to return to the finals. They did it last year. They have a pretty good running order, and let's talk about the song and the staging. How's it coming together? Is it coming together according to our thoughts? We all, okay, I'm sure other outlets think something different, but these are our thoughts. So Roy, what are yours?
Yeah, Belgium has a bit of a track record that isn't really good on the staging department. Usually their songs are very good, and then on the staging it's just a little bit lackluster. And the song starts nicely with Jérémie standing there. He's wearing like this gray jeans and he's got a black shirt on and like a silver top. It looks really good on him, and you have like this blue lighting focusing on him, and he introduces the song on a very good way. I think that works very well. But then we get to the chorus, and it is okay what they're doing in the first chorus. They basically have these 4 dancers all dressed in black. The lighting changes to more like a yellowy red kind of thing. And you know, they're doing a bit of a dance. Jérémie leans in forward for one moment, and then one of the dancers kind of like catches him from behind, I guess. And they're doing a little bit of a thing, but then the dancers don't really keep up the energy throughout the performance, and it is just a little bit underwhelming as an overall experience, really. Like, Jérémie has got a great voice, but he's just standing there very static, and that is okay in its own right, but then the dancers need to fill up that void of the staticness of the song, and they're just not as dynamic as they could be. They're not dancing as much as they could be doing, and it's just a little bit too in the middle, and I feel like that might hurt them a little bit, because people might not care about it as much. And it sucks, because I really like the song, but it just doesn't come together as well as it could have been, and I fear a little bit for Belgium.
Yeah, so I missed the first 2 run-throughs because I was in a press conference, so I only saw the third and final product, which is then usually like the big one that they use for the whole, you know, in case COVID, blah, 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 he has a backup option. So I'm also, you know, quite fond of that song. And Jérémie, first of all, let's start with the good stuff, sounded good.
Perfect.
His voice and his, that I was like, liked it very, very much. I think the staging itself lacks the energy that the song deserves and needs, because it's a tough competition. We keep talking about, like, everyone talks about Semi 1, but Semi 2, this is hard. And if you don't grab people's, you know, attention and being remembered at the end of the night, that will hurt you. And I don't know if the staging really, really does that, because Jérémie, it's important that he focuses on his singing, right? Hitting the notes is the right thing, but just having 4 dancers that are not even that visible, with very plain outfits, with a very just choreography that is nothing any remarkable either. Like, it's not like they're making like those crazy flips or whatever, you know. It's just like just a little bit, and then he joins them a little bit. They're doing some steps back forward, which always reminds me of the Whitney Houston choreography, because Whitney Houston couldn't dance to save her life, right? So they always had that very famous Whitney Houston shuffle with it back and forth, and it worked, right? And I feel like they were doing that here, but it's just isn't enough to make this really exciting. And there weren't any effects, any props, or anything to really make this stand out. So I'm not quite sure what the delegation had in mind, if this is really, and again, I only saw it once, the final product, so I didn't have time to absorb everything. Did they also have like a pretty backdrop? Do you remember what was on there? Because I don't remember all the bits.
It was all the time basically just a few lightings and just a red and yellow visual, I think. I don't think there was anything that really popped out to me.
So I don't think the LED blockage thing would not affect it as much?
Only like at the end of the song, you have like this screen that's in front of the sun come down, and like it just shines the white light, but it's only there for like the final 15 seconds or something.
Oh, I see. Yeah, so I don't know if that would have made a difference, because I'm thinking maybe they thought that the pretty backdrop would do like the leg work.
I think they initially already had planned the lighting side. That's how it looks.
Yeah, so then, I'm still a fan of the song, I'm still a fan of Jérémie. I just can't say that I was underwhelmed. Usually I like to overwhelm, but this one was underwhelmed because I want Belgium to succeed. I want the country in the finals. I just don't know if the staging is really coming together as they intended, or they just thought that this is what works best, just let the song do the work.
Yeah.
And I just don't know if it's working for me in that manner. Now, I know, once again, Rory, they cannot just scrap everything, start from scratch. We have to work with what they have. Anything you can think of that they need to focus on?
There were a few camera shots that were maybe a slightly bit off. I think the final run through was quite good, so they just need to stick with those. A few lighting issues here and there as well, like he was a bit overlighted or underlighted sometimes, and especially when that final wall came down. In the first run through, he was completely drowned out by light. The second run through, it was a lot better, and the third, it was even better as well. But I think it still was a tad too bright for my likings. So they just really need to look at a few lightings here and there, and a few camera shots just need to stay sharp, like they were in the final run through.
Yeah, no, that's all correct. I want Jérémie also enjoy it. He sings it well, enjoy it more, because you have. And I always say, like, because I'm contradicting myself, saying, you know, you're not supposed to just look pretty when you sing, because, you know, singing is hard. You have, like, your veins popping out and you know, all that intensity. But I feel it's like, have a little bit more joy in that performance. Granted, rehearsal.
Yeah.
They're focusing on steps, cameras, and all that stuff. So hoping that will come naturally. And maybe his charm and charisma will win us over, again, because the staging not necessarily is giving him much to work with. So, Jérémie, show us what you can do, because
loosen up.
Loosen up. That's basically what it is. I know it's pressure, but that's why rehearsals are there for, so I'm not too worried about that yet. We'll see the first dress rehearsal on Wednesday, and then we'll know more. So, but my fingers, toes, and eyes are still crossed for you, because you deserve all the credit in the world. Go ahead and watch that clip on YouTube and come back and let us know what your thoughts are, if we missed the mark here, or if you get where we're coming from. Leave your comments below in the comment section, and I'll see you, or we'll see you, in the next video.
Bye bye.